What's up, everyone? Motocrow here. My Ténéré 700. I just bought this. So you know what? Let's roll with it and talk about it. Alright everyone, so this is my 2025 Yamaha Ténéré 700, and you're probably wondering, did I just buy this bike? Yes, I just bought this bike. I am currently roughly around the break-in period for a service change soon, and I want to get to the point where what made me want to buy a T7. So y'all know I probably had the Honda Monkey, and then, you know, I didn't really get to post it. I had a whole video about it, but I also bought a NX500 as well. And that really opened up my, let's say, my horizon to the ADV world. I know the Honda NX is not a full ADV bike, but with what I got now and that opening up that, well, that's what that opened up to. And so some of y'all know that my dream bike originally was a MT-07 from Yamaha, and don't get me wrong, I was full set on that. That was probably my dream bike for probably the first year that it came out, and I was like, man, that's it, that's the bike I want. But that said, me getting it, the NX500 for the adventure bike world, or the Euro style bikes, or ADV bikes, whatever you want to call it. There's literally a name for all of it. So that's where I come into play with this. The Ténéré 700, hopefully I'm saying that right, has the same engine as the MT-07 and the R7. I love the R7. Would I ever get the R7? No. Do I have anything against it? No. It's just not what I was wanting. I hate to say it, but I'm one of those people that have a dangerous sport bike mentality. Not saying that I have anything against it, but in my head, it's a piss missile, and I am ready to rock and roll. And that's where I don't need one. Even some of my friends even mentioned that I don't need one. So that's why I originally wanted the MT-07, because I like the way it looks. You know, some people are not a fan of naked bikes, but I enjoy them. Maybe it's that type of bike where, you know, nobody actually likes the way it looks, and that's why I like it. And I kind of think that's where this Ténéré 700 comes into play. I didn't even know about it. Like, when you go look up the Yamaha Ténéré, or not the Ténéré, but the Yamaha lineup, you know, you see all the sport bikes, you see the naked bikes, and the ADV bikes are just kind of in the back, kind of overlooked. And not that they're overlooked on purpose. Probably some people look at them, they're like, man, that's a big bike, not what I want. Some people might be like, man, I bet you that thing costs a lot of money. So immediately no one wants it because of that. So that being said, here what I got, a 2025 Yamaha Ténéré 700, and it is a beast of a bike. I haven't had a bike that had over a rev range of probably 8,000 RPMs. Obviously, you know, it revs out at 10. Not saying that I would ever go that fast, but or rev up that fast, but it's definitely there, and you have the capability and range of it whenever you need to get the fuck out the way, if you know what I mean. What also sold me to this bike, some people, when I mention, I'm like, okay, this is an everyday bike. This is an everyday bike, and it's an everything bike. It does everything. And the number one question I get is, well, why is it an everything bike? Well, it's an everything bike because I can take it anywhere. It has enough power to take me on the freeway. I could take it down a back highway. I was just telling a friend today, I was like, what makes this bike so cool is, you know, it's got the ABS. I can shut it off whenever I need to. So if I want to go on a back trail and haul ass and just, you know, dick off until something breaks, shut ABS off, and I'm good. Shut the ABS off. I can mess with traction control a little bit, and I can rip on this thing practically like at the dirt bike. And then if I ever need to get back on the street, put it in sport mode, which this has two maps, by the way. So you have explore mode and sport mode. It's sport mode for the street. I enjoy the fact that it's got those two modes. Not that I have anything against having different maps on anything, but I truly enjoy when a bike has options. That's what I think an everyday bike is, a bike with options. I should be able to do a lot of things. I do sit up tall. I'm 5'10", and the bare of my foot touches the ground. Do I plan on lowering it? I'm probably going to lower it. If you watch any of Chase on Two Wheels' channel, where he lowers his T7, he doesn't lower it by much. He just lowers it just enough for him to flat foot. And when I first bought the bike and I was one-footing it, or one-flamingoing it, whatever you want to call it, I was debating on not doing it because I'm like, well, that's not why it's engineered. But when I saw some kits and they're like, okay, well, if you lower the back, you lower the front. But the short linkage, it's an adjustable linkage that you can buy from Altrider. And if you want to raise it, you can raise it. If you want to lower it just a little bit, you can. I think there's two lowering links and then one raised link, which I think is really cool. I'm not going to slam it because that would ruin the purpose of this. I just need to be able to flat foot myself just in case something bad was to happen and I'm not going to be able to pick up the bike. I haven't done any off-road adventuring yet. I'm currently in the middle of a job change, so money's not where I want it to be, but I definitely want to get some crash cages, practically some protection, skid plate, all that good stuff. So I hope you can't wait. I hope you can't wait. Oh my God, English is hard. I can't wait for y'all to can't wait for me to get accessories for my Ténéré 7. Jesus Christ, that was so hard for me. English is hard. On that note, I was just stopping by Power Motorsports. That's exactly where I bought my bike. I am not sponsored by them, but they are a great family situated. They're a great dealership. I'll just say that. They're a fantastic dealership, and I would go to them every time. So go hit your people up at South Mississippi Motorsports, aka Suzuki City, if no one doesn't know where that originally was. And yes, I bought my Ténéré 700 from there. That's exactly where I got it. Not that I have. Oh my God. I hate that it's so cloudy. I don't know where half these flippin' clouds came from. I'm gonna be taking some back roads back to the house. I feel like, because I'm still in my break-in period right now, so I don't want to get too up on it on the interstate. It's not good for it to stay above 5,000 RPMs for too long. I'm currently in Explorer mode right now. I was playing around in Sport, but I got to the point where Sport was so sensitive, I kept going over 5,000 RPMs, and I'm not trying to do that during break-in period. A lot of people have asked me, so I'm going to say it on here, this right here, this windscreen, is it high enough? So right now I have a Bell X9 Adventure helmet, and it has a peak on it, and if I'm going under 50 miles an hour, it does not catch. I will say I feel like the wind works very well. It goes underneath my peak and cools off my bald ass head, which feels amazing to you folks that are not bald. For me being 5'10", It's not a troublesome, but for me at least, the handlebars might be a little on the low side. It could be my health, but when handlebars lean down too much for me and I'm riding for an extended part time, sometimes my right hand goes numb. So usually when I get stuff, I try to raise it where my arm is almost like straight. Not too straight, but just a little. I don't want it to be... I'm not trying to be like a brother, if you know what I'm saying. But I definitely want it to... I'm probably going to raise that up just a little bit. I will say I'm not a fan of the grips. They are a little on the tighter side for me. Hey, he's on. That's what I used to own. Oh, shit. Hey, old mate. That's what I used to own. Yeah, guys, that's what I used to own right there. I don't like the windshield on it. I think Honda did a terrible design on that. So when I had it, I did a larger visor. And it was nice. But now I got this beast of a bike. This so-called an R7 stuffed into a dirt bike frame. If you can hear the exhaust, that is because I took out the spark arrestor in it after I found out that's what was in it. I will eventually get an exhaust. Haven't figured out which exhaust I'm going for. What are you doing? I'm witnessing stupidity at its finest right now. Is he about to make a U-turn? Oh, that's so illegal. Okay, my guy. So yeah, for y'all peeps, if you are not sure what you're still wanting, there is a crazy database right now of people buying ADV bikes of my age. Insane, right? Not that it matters to anyone, but you know, it's not a life crisis purchase. I've been riding bikes for 10 years now, and this is technically my first real ADV bike, but this is my second ADV style bike that I've been on. And I tell you what, this is going to be probably the last bike that's going to last me a hot minute. I absolutely love this bike. I know most people don't say that much about bikes when they first buy them, and they're like, oh, this is my dream bike. You know, this is my dream motor, and it's put in a dirt bike frame. And I know it is 100% capable of doing anything, and that's why I love it so much. For exhaust, I am thinking about doing Yoshimura. I know, they're overpriced. Overpriced for something you gain so little of. Whatever, that's your opinion. I'm going with Yoshi. I know they're expensive and all, but I would say it's well worth the money in the long run, if that makes sense. I feel like it's one of those purchases that last a long time. That's why it costs of what it costs. Everyone looks at it like, well, I'm not paying $700 for the sound. Well, you better not if you're just paying for the sound. That's why I currently just took the spark arrestor out of my C7. So that being all that, I am going to be gone for 2 months. So this would be my last vlog for 2 months until I get back. I can't wait to do more. I do have a tail tidy on the way for this. I might do a short video for it, just a quick little install. It's by an alt-rider. There's already some videos about it, but if you want me to make more videos about this, I think I am going to do a T7 build series with this. I know it's going to suck because I'm not going to be able to post for 2 months. I am a little on the, I wouldn't say jealous side, but I do like watching Chase on Two Wheels. He inspires me to do stuff like this. Shit, even do it with Dan inspired me to do stuff like this. I wish I could do it full time, and I know it takes a lot of effort to get where you are going. I have no... Let me get up to speed. Yeah, so I have nothing on that. That would 100% be a awesome dream job to do. But you know, we all got a life, we all got shit and bills to pay for, and so I gotta focus on my job more than I can do this. But hopefully one day this channel does grow, and maybe it'll outgrow my job, and that's what I would hope for in a scenario. So I'm gonna keep posting. I know it's not dramatic or every week, and I mean, I know it's like once a month thing, but at least I'm able to post something for y'all. So if you support me in everything I do, please drop a like, please share this, and I can't wait to do this more. God, I still hate that it's not sunny out. It was sunny when I got here, but now it's not. So it makes no sense. Oh my God, I'm so tiny. Having a flamingo this shit. No, I definitely got to get me some boots. Everything costs so much. Welcome to inflation. You know, some music would probably help, but I got distracted, and now here I am. Maybe I can do it through here. Okay, Google, play my music. You piece of shit, it won't play any music, and I don't feel like getting my phone out right now because I'm vlogging right now. So hopefully the wind's not too bad for y'all. I do have it in a good position, but I will say with my helmet, the peak does vibrate from time to time. I have to go to the top and twist it. I am going to eventually get a better helmet. I've had this helmet for a hot minute. I've had this through my electric unicycle days. I know that sounds funny, but I'm not going to get into that. Y'all can look that up on yourself. I used to own a couple electric unicycles. They were fun. They were very fun, but very dangerous. And if you haven't noticed, do you like my key tag? I like my key tag. Okay. I don't even have it in sport mode, and this thing still rips. She rips, dog. She rips. Ooh, let's bring up one thing I love about this bike and one thing I hate about this bike. Okay, so the one kind of goes over everything. This bike is capable of doing anything, and I mean almost anything. It is practically its second younger brother of the Ténéré Rally, which is a 1200cc or 1100cc bike. Maybe it's 1200cc. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's right there. It's right there, and it is a fantastic machine. This is a fantastic machine. I did have some during my break-in period. This was just, you know, a false alarm for me, but the bike knows that it's in break period mode. Like, it knows that you're in a break period. And with that being said, it does a couple things on its own, and you're kind of like, why'd you make that noise, or why'd you do that? So my recent scare was, I was at a red light, and I was idling, but it was like going up and down. It was like really crazy, and then it would spike to like 2,000 RPMs. It only did it twice, and it was so convenient of me that it happened while I was going to the motorcycle dealership, and I had them look at it. But supposedly it knows that it's in its break-in period, and that's why it was making minor adjustments to the fuel ratio, which I did learn to not put 91 or 92 octane in this. It's not a bad thing. You are wasting fuel, but it's almost too high for it. and during braking period, it's not used to that. And the reason why I felt that difference when I put the higher octane, or the highest octane I can get around here, not the highest, but of a normal gas pump, the highest, but I was doing 40, and it was feeling sluggish, which makes no sense for something that I'm putting higher octane in. Well, I did a little bit of research, and 89, it's tuned for 87, and it's, you know, Yamaha built these for more on the reliability side than performance side, so it's not as sensitive to fuel ratio, which I did not know. I'm used to all my Yamahas, I'm putting high octane into it, but this is my second Yamaha I've had, and we're not going to talk about my first one, we can talk about another time, but I'm just so used to putting higher octane into it. So I learned to not do that with this bike. Not that it's a bad thing, but I didn't like the way it was doing. It was doing too many computer stuff. Okay, so one of my second things, I am not a fan of this bike. And you can hate me on this or whatever, but I'm not a fan of how Yamaha tuned this bike. And not that I have any other problems. Yeah, not that I have any problems with anything else, but Yamaha tuned this bike so weird. Yes, I know there's tune companies and stuff like that. When I got to see the shift map of this thing, and in first, second, third, fifth, and sixth have only 60% throttle response, while fourth gear has practically 100, 97, 98, whatever, somewhere right there. When it has that, I don't like it. I do notice that it leans. It's on the lean side, or the fuel ratio is more lean than normal. I do hear some backfire pops and little rumbles, and I understand why they did it, but I hate why they did it. I will probably eventually get a tune later on, but right now I'm just trying to enjoy the bike while I can before I'm gone for 2 months, and that's where I am right now. So damn, this bus is going harder on this than I do. I do have an Explorer mode right now, if I did not mention that, just because I don't like how overly or super sensitive the throttle response is, and it is sensitive. I will give Yamaha that. It's so windy. Adventure bike riders that are in Mississippi, I would love to catch up with anyone, show me some trails. I'm definitely new to the ADV world, and I am ready to explore more of it. So maybe the time I get back, maybe this video will pop out. Maybe some people can drop down in the comments for me, and let's meet up. Let's meet up and get something situated. I'd love to meet up and try some new shit. That's what life's all about. Don't get stuck going to work all the time. Live, go on adventures. Don't worry how much shit costs. I know you're probably going to anyways, but don't worry about how shit costs. You can always make more money. Again, I'm going to say this again. You can always make more money. I know how this went from a T7 new bike reveal, but man, you gotta live while you live and learn while you learn. And I think I've learned a lot in the past, and where I'm at right now. Yeah, you gotta live and do things while you can. So that being said, you gotta let it out of you. Alright guys, I am almost home, and I hope y'all liked my video. I know it's gonna be the last one for a little bit, but I will see you in the next one. Peace.